Hi, thank you. Thank you for having us. I'm Connie GreyBull, and this is Bobby Wallace. We're going to open up with a land acknowledgement done by Mr. Bobby.
Hey, you guys. Want to start with a little land acknowledgement. I'm from this territory. This is Kumeyaay territory, which spans all the way to Ensenada, all the way to the outskirts of Arizona, to the Colorado River, and back this way. So it's a huge territory. I belong to the human-speaking people, which is a greater, bigger group. They say our people's been here for 12,000 years, but there was a mastodon found when they were building the 56 freeway, and they dated it for over 120,000 years. But what they found inside was a spearhead, and we were expert spear makers. So, little history. We've been around for a long time. By the time the others came here, they were experienced killers of my people, and we were down to 700 at one time, which is probably one of the worst genocides this continent or the world has ever seen. So I'm going to pay homage to my people and my ancestors in the land. Hauka and Chawai, a Wimpayo, Setkin Maiha, Inyach, Bobby Wallace, Barona Band of Mission Indians. Wanted to thank the Creator for my ancestors from this land, the ones that are buried out where it used to be dry, out in the ocean now, and the ones that are all over San Diego County to Ensenada, to the outskirts, and all around. Thank you, Creator, for giving this day to breathe the air, to see each other's smiles, and try to do something good. Want to thank the Creator for Mother Earth and everything about Mother Earth, for the things we see and the things we don't see. And to thank the Creator for every person and human being, from the good and even the bad, because they need our prayers most of all. And I want to pray for ourselves last, that we can be strong, we can keep doing what we're doing to make this Mother Earth a better place. Nuk no what. So I appreciate the time to come up here and talk to you guys. I am a fighter. I am a guy who will go get shot with a rubber bullet at Standing Rock. I will sit at the border and pray to stop the wall from being built. And I know it's controversial, but my people used to travel back and forth. I'm the guy that will fight against lithium excavation. I'm a guy that'll fight for everybody. And I've been to many places, and I've traveled this continent. In fact, I've traveled to the corner of Maine and Canada, to the West Quaddy Lighthouse, and did the longest run in history to the corner of California and Mexico. And I believe, now this is my opinion, but all of you guys are front-line fighters because you're trying to do something better, not just for Mother Earth, but for every single one of us. And I take my bandana off to you guys, so can you guys give yourself an applause? Give one. You know, traveling and running across this continent, I've seen Mother Earth show me some really good stuff, like miracle kind of stuff. When we poured the water from this ocean into that ocean, and I had the women pour it out of respect for the women, because women and water give us life. Once that water started hitting the Atlantic, a surge popped up. and came. And it's not the first time I've seen something like that. I've seen it quite a few times. And I noticed everybody in here is mostly ladies. So let's give you ladies a big round of applause. You know, and that is true, because without water, without women, we have nothing, and us guys were made to live and die, pretty much, you know. Really, that's about the size of it. I appreciate all you guys. Hopefully my fire jumps into your fire, because I know on these treks and doing these things, sometimes you can feel so damn alone. You can really feel alone in what you're doing at some school or somewhere else. But I think it's my job too, is being a little bit older and seeing so many things, I can tell you, just press on, because I had somebody tell me that before. Don't worry about what people say. Just take it with a grain of salt. And it's hard to do that, I know. But doing things and making better and making change is what we're supposed to do as human beings on Mother Earth. Really. Again, my bandana's off to you guys. Don't ever give up. Share your information. Don't coddle it. Share it and bring somebody else up. And that in turn will bring somebody else up and somebody else up. So if you tell 10 people, then it's 100, then it's 1,000, then it's 10,000, then it's 100,000. And that many times is 1 million. So it can go far. You just have to love one another and keep kicking ass. Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby. Well, I am here to let you know a little bit about my program here in San Diego. I am Connie GreyBull. I work for the San Diego Unified School District's Indian Education Program, which is 2 federally funded grants. I come from the Shoshone-Bannock tribes and the Papalakota Standing Rock tribes and Mono, Yoka, Paiute, and Choinamni tribes of California. My program has served San Diego District since 1976. Our program is a cultural academic support program, which helps our students from UTK through 12th grade, which we help out with cultural, keep them grounded is what we believe in, because a lot of our students have lost their heritage or are away from their reservations and homeland. So we want to make sure that we implement that into their lives still, so then that way it keeps them grounded in high school, in school, and so we can get them to college. We have academic supports for our students, which is tutoring and mentoring, dropout prevention and counseling, parent-teacher consultations, and advocacy, because a lot of our students do receive a lot of hate as well as being Indigenous students. We also do monitoring of the school grades and attendance, college scholarships, applications, and assistance, which we want to make sure that our students are going to college and making sure they can bring that home to their tribes. And then enrichment activities, history, traditions, and cultural. In order to maximize our program, we partner with a lot of community. We partner to our neighbors, our reservations around here. There's 19 of them. So we want to make sure that we extend that knowledge to our students to make sure that, yes, we're always going to recognize this is Kumeyaay land. So we want to make sure that, we implement that into our workshops. So we have cultural art. which we do basketry from the Kumeyaay pottery. And then we also have some of our, powwow dancing, because it's supposed to be intertribal to connect them better with their peers. So we do have our own community garden. It's a native community garden that we built to help our students beat like obesity and suicide prevention, so that we can help them out with mental and their physical health as well. You know, we want to build positivity in their lives, so helping them know like how the plants are grown. You know, to aid in the process of life, I guess the life cycle of a plant also helps out with, you know, what they're going through, so then that way they can ground themselves again. This way, we with the plants, they kind of see how it grows, how it affects, you know, things affect them, how things affect them as well, so then that way they can better see themselves in situations and help them through those. So, and then caring for their plants, you know, pruning, nutrition, and illnesses. They also, we had a gopher problem, so they helped out with that, and, you know, using their minds and everything else. First they wanted to drown them, but then we had to say, hey, you know, we can't do that. Where does it go? And they did some research into where gophers come from. They have miles of tunnels, so that was fun. And then harvesting was a big one, because we actually use that food to help them cook and create their own dishes. And then with that, we also had them do cookbooks. So they created their own cookbook, things that, you know, students would eat. So that was, you know, a great thing. And it gave them self-esteem. It built their courage to like how be in front of everybody, because they had to go out and, you know, this is my cookbook and everything. So that was really fun. So here's some photos that we have of our garden. This is where it started off. And then this is where we implemented the garden is a classroom. You know, we use that space, you know, from learning how the herbs, everything, you know, grow and help us medicinally. So that's, you know, pretty much us. And I want to thank you for having me here and sharing a little bit about our program and what we do for our Native students here in San Diego. This is my contact information if anybody would like to know more about us, or I also work for Southern California American Indian Resource Center, which also has an Indian education grant. So I also service the San Diego County. So if anybody is in the area, here's my contact.